Alright, welcome to episode 67 of our Football Manager Hobo To Hero playthrough again. Hi. Welcome to the stream, and hopefully this time it doesn't crash on me. So, we will have an episode more or less with off-season stuff. But, as you probably witnessed yesterday, a game crashed on me about, I don't know, half an hour in, so hopes are this doesn't happen today. Speaking of in-game stuff, well, we are trying to sell some of the players, or at least loan them out. In particular this guy, Mod Jalil. That said, it's been hard on us so far. The transfer window in Portugal seems to be closed, and in Indonesia as well as in Israel, there does not seem to be substantial interest in signing him. So he might end up back with the club after all. Who knows? Same with Lee McManamy. He is under a transfer bid, but the transfer bid, well, let's just say last time we tried this, it was revoked due to monetary reasons. So how are you doing, Kinos? There's a preview for the youth intake. And they have withdrawn a bit from McManamy. Also, apparently Zakaria trains well as always. Yeah, that's great. So, going forward, I still think Zakaria will lose his current focus and we will put him on a Segunda Volante training. Because I think that's the role we will focus on for him in the future. He certainly has time to grow into it. And looking at the physicals overall, he would be more or less acceptable on that. His passing, tackling, work rate, even the vision, despite not being noted here, that all should be fine. Mentals are a bit off. The off-the-ball movement and the composure is a bit low, but he will get there. And finishing in long shots are the only technical issues there are. I don't think this is a major concern right now. So, yeah, I think Segunda Volante will be what we focus him on at some point. I'm just not sure if we want to do it immediately right now. Currently, the game also, well, I need to do all over again. So we had a friendly here, and we will have a friendly against Ching somewhere. There we go. I will not manage either of these. That's just for sharpness reasons. And training, I will not set up all the training again. Let's just wait. I'll put it like this. There will be a message at some point. So there's the two friendlies, which reshapes the calendar a little bit. So we have a match on Saturday now. Barely matters. Go, and these are about a match so far. And maybe we will include another friendly in there. I also, so this is new in comparison to the last attempt at playing this. I also had a look at our affiliate club, SSTMI, because why not? And I wanted to have a look at their players here. If there's anyone that is of particular interest and might be willing to sign for us. Stuff like this. So I guess the question is, do we want to sign players from our feeder club on a free transfer that might have good personality, might be a good fit for the team? I don't know about the potential, in particular in this case. But this seems, for a 17-year-old, this seems well-rounded to me. So let's compare this. Maybe, well, there's no scouting report for this anyway. Or let's offer him a 1-week trial and then we compare later. I don't know if he will accept that. Apparently now his ability shows. Okay. Well, we do know from the feeding information though that there are a few fairly professional players in this club, and I'm quite interested in signing players from them rather than on the open market, because I know about these players, so then that makes sense. What about him, for example? Well, not that impressed. But I think we can certainly pick from acceptable stock here. For example, this guy's Spirited. That's not bad either. He's not fantastic, but chances are he would do. So if we want to use this affiliate agreement, maybe it's a good idea to sign players from them. That's not bad at all. That got rejected, okay. Well, he's on an amateur contract, so we can sign him anyway. So I guess the question is, do we want to get rid of one of our central defenders instead? And the answer to this is probably no. There's no need right now. On the other hand, any player that is a Malaysian player that fits within our senior squad at some point is probably a good idea. So we just need to watch out. Which also means that, for example, Joaquin the Leon, Joaquin probably, I don't know. He seems not that bad, but he's from Uruguay. I can't really afford another foreign player right now, so that's an issue. Mendruk's loan will end here. Okay, he doesn't want to come. Fine. Let's have a look at the training here. There's no match in here either. I was also trying to get rid of some of these players here in our under 19s with basically no positive effect whatsoever. We will probably need to sit this out, and for the next youth intake, we will definitely have a look at the players prior to signing them. I will not sign the whole bunch again. It's either good personality or good skill, and then the rest can go away. We just don't have the money for the whole of them. Todd has a groin strain. Yeah, I was aware. They pay a little bit of money for him though. So I guess at least we share this thing. Alright. So let's go forward a little bit with this. Yeah, I don't care about that. The assistant manager will do the friendly. At least I think it's set up that way. I might be a bit off with that. Who knows? Great out player was player of the match. Great. Is there anyone in the under 21s? That's a ton of players. What's going on here? Is everyone in the under 19s available in the under 21s? You serious? Right, let's sort it by age. I'm confused. Well, Salvador is the oldest. Oh, trains well. Nice. I will also save the game here. Just because apparently there was a problem with the save files. So guess all this, yeah, I went through this last time, it didn't help. We need to play for time here. What I can do though, is I can probably look into the individual trainings here. There are a few that train really well. I also think Ahmad shouldn't train as a shadow striker anymore. He's more of a technically gifted player anyway, so let's try to increase the mentals instead. He will do well at some point. I think last time I set it up for free kick taking here. Does make sense. So let's use this. Jin Soo-sum, well, he did train well recently. This all is fine. I guess the question might come up now. Do we want to keep the same tactic? So we need the same rules? Or do we need to focus them in off-season on something else so they are used to it once they come back? For example, in Diego's case, he will be box-to-box for sure. There's no way around it. So if we don't play the other tactic, we might as well get rid of Diego. And here it's the same. McManamy, don't know. So he was under a transfer offer anyway. There's no major issues with him other than his susceptibility to injury. So what do we do with him? Says he can play Secondo Volante actually. I'm not sure if I agree. But for a playmaker-ish type, his balance is so far off. It's really bad. Could do central midfielder on attack. He has a decent long shot. Gotta give him that. In fact, obviously we could try to retrain him in attacking midfield or something. He has the acceleration and pace, for example, for a shadow strikery role, but he can't dribble. Like, no way. Same as with... Wait, here, let's see. Ahmad. But Ahmad has the agility, at least for an attacking midfield situation. McManamy, well, he has that going for him too. But that's about it. So if I set him, for example, I don't know, let's try attacking midfielder positions for a second. Something like this. Yeah, well, his dribbling's bad. But then again, dribbling, I think, is basically needed for every one of these positions. That doesn't matter much. Basically the same role, just focusing on the passing. Well, for sure not. Neither is he a good finisher, nor are the mentals that great. And the dribbling is really bad. This discourages dribbles, but it's still a major attribute for him. I mean, I guess that would be appropriate in some situations, but I'm not sure if I want to focus it on down his throat, basically. This, I don't think so. So the most likely candidate in these is probably Dianganj, or however you pronounce it. Flair's rather low though, I don't know. So we might as well keep him on box to box where he is. And if it ever comes to it, we will just put him on another schedule. Akrulo trains well, that's great. Certainly needed, in particular in the strength department though, and he hated doing lifting. I don't know why. He certainly needs it. Funnily enough, I think Fakrula is one of our best central defenders, if not the best. That is a highly contested statement, I guess. On the other hand, I have my issues with him. 6.85 overall isn't bad though for a relegation candidate. RC just returned from injury. We did extend his contract. No big issues there. This goes down as an error or as a bad signing, I think, at this point. It says here he's a winner. Well, we tried to have a shadow striker, and to be honest, we don't play with a shadow striker. That's sad. 6.85 is not a bad rating. I would have hoped for more, but I think most of the appearances he made. Yeah, he came from the bench all the time. So it's not horribly bad just yet. We just, well, we don't even overpay for that, do we? His contract will be extended once he makes the 15 appearances, so that might well happen. I don't see major issues here other than him being a fast player. Nothing else, really. That's concerning. So I was hoping for some development, but on the other hand, we don't play him regularly enough. In fact, no, he doesn't want to move either. Could have been an option, right? Yilma has the big concern. Well, it's the personality first and foremost, but also there's the big concern that he doesn't play. And he doesn't play because of nationality limits. So that's a problem. Carrier's hurt. 4 to 6 weeks with shin splits. Fuck me. Alright. That's bad. I will also remove all of this. The assistant manager can decide who to play. There are 4 suggestions here. You see this. Well, I think he can be made available for the next match for 90. And everyone else can play for 45, because why not? Like Costa Lima definitely available for 90. And I might as well. No problem there. To be honest, if the game crashes on me again, I don't know what to do. It's not like I changed anything with it. Alright. Mandruk returned. So he's not our concern anymore. Yeah, we changed the training of McManamy, so comes back as a message now. We'll save this again because you know why. And hopefully there won't be any issues. Okay. The under 19s play another match, it seems. That's alright, we'll do it like this. Mazrin will return from injury tomorrow, so he will be available for the match against Sarawak. Fine. Yeah, just look at the volatility here of the income. This is really bad. We do not have I guess, a sustainable supportership. Contrary to, I guess, the ice hockey match that I visited yesterday in real life, our stadium is not sold out, not at all. Players for the under-19s match. Well, basically none, because we expect them to play in the senior squad. There might be the odd player that doesn't play there though. Who knows? Like Kamarudin, for example. But I'd rather keep it that way. Let the assistant manager determine it. Apparently Mazraoui moves to Marseille. Alright. So I think this is the surprise of the season for me, Mahasir. We did extend his contract already. DRM pay like €1 or something for him, I don't know. Not for much longer. 6.99 is a decent rating for a central defender. He came in as a third option. He made it all the way to first option for me. Or there isn't much of a difference anymore between him and Kamarudin. Strength is a bit off. If I compare this to Carrier though, for example, I don't think that's even a contest anymore. Like, Carrier is a good jumper and all, but or a good defender, but that's about it. And if I look at these two, look at it. Mahar's physicals overall, that's just plain better. No way around it. His positioning is off, yes. And some of the mentals are a bit concerning, obviously. But it seems like he can compensate for that with the better physicals. So, as a result, Mars is just better. And to be honest, you can look at the money involved. So, that's not, there's no argument in favor of Carrier to be found here other than the positioning. That's about it. Yeah, and it should also show, by the way, in the form. Where is it? Not sure. Should be somewhere. Anyway. In statistics it is, Chris. In statistics. Yeah, so the average rating is also way better. If I compare him to, where's Fakrula here? That's not even a contest. So I'm really happy with Maharshir so far. In particular, given how cheap he is. And he is considered to be another player only. I don't know if that's fair. I mean, I guess it is the way it is, but still. If he continues to develop like he does and to play like he does, he will be above that in no time. Should also probably focus him on the composure. And again, is he susceptible to injury? Yeah, he's fairly susceptible to injuries, so I'd rather not focus on anything in particular. Let's keep him as he is. That's sad. Good job, Maharsir. Ankun, funnily enough, does start to develop now. I have my issues with the 4 points of balance here. Like, he plays reasonably well at this point. But on the other hand, we do pay a ton of money for him, and chances are this will just run out. We can't afford a contract for 400 to 475. It's just unrealistic. So we will lose him. That, or he will lower his demands. Whichever comes first, I guess. Which also means we do not need to, like, train him in another role or something anymore. It won't matter much. There's no long-term planning involved with Ankun right now. we will just try to get through the rest of the season with him and hope that we well, get a good result overall. Rumley is the best and the worst in the under 21s apparently. That's fine. I mean, he's new to the club. Let him adapt a little bit. It says he has no potential. Well. Jamad continues to train well. We do try to train him as a playing playmaker. He has no good tackling. So his development overall is not that impressive anyway. It's more focusing on a specific role. I don't even. That's probably not worth bothering with anyway. Let's wait. Malik does train well again. He's considered to be unambitious. I think level-headed? Yeah. Unambitious and level-headed. He does come up fairly often though. Like, I think this is about a lack of match practice, to be honest. He's 18 at this point, we don't pay him. Or not much anyway. I think we can move him to the under 21s. Because, well, he is that old. There's barely any development though. Like, recently there is a positive trend, but it's hardly worth mentioning. Also for some recent cases in here. Oh yeah. Confused it with acceleration for a second. So as you can see, he's not good enough for the senior squad though. No crashing game so far. Hopefully it will remain that way. No. The match didn't play out yet. No, it did. And we did concede 2 goals. Elbug Chagtsel scored another 3 goals. He's just out of this league. Well, it is a friendly, but still. Oh, Joaquin de Leon also scored. That's not bad quality, that's for sure. The money involved in this deal is way too high though, look at that. I can't afford this. Also, I can't afford to play him. He's still unhappy. And not the first choice for PSIR. So we will probably need to keep him. And I did extend his contract recently, so that's an issue too. Okay. Oh, so we asked the agent. They will buy him for 0 in the current transfer market. We just want to get rid of his wages. So that's fair. Great. Apparently dealing with the agent sometimes might yield a positive result. Who knows? Oh, this is fantastic. So they actually offered money for him. Will I accept this? So now we would need another goalkeeper, but that's not an issue. Well, it is an issue, but it's an issue that we can resolve somewhat. That saves us 240 euros a week on a player that made 1 appearance throughout the entire season. We also lose a Malay, well, his nationality is Malaysian, so that's an issue too. I really want like a 5% clause or something in there, but then again, this will probably not be possible in the deal. They will withdraw from it immediately. We needed to bait them into making an offer at all, so I'll accept this. We'll talk to them. Alright, they want money for him. I see. So if they want money for him, well, now the interest is gone. Great. They want 3.8k for him at least. The board said. Can we maybe loan him out? Get rid of this. I'm really annoyed by this. Now the board blocked the transfer. We could have gotten him out. And now they want money for him, in addition to the wages saved. Well, it is what it is. So we can keep this. This is wrong. I guess that's fine. There's no big issue here either. That seems reasonable, yes. Staff meeting. We will request a summary to inbox as always. Okay. Oh! Ooh! That's for next season, though. But... So, there's one place for the group stage of the Asian Champions League. There's 2 places for the playoff. To be honest, I don't know how it works. And 1 place for the Asian Cup group stage. Still not bad. So apparently performances have been on the positive side. And now Lee McManamy is out with a groin strain. Great. So we probably won't sell him in that case. I really need a physio and we just can't get one. Like... Can you please allow us to pay some money on these guys? 325, we can offer 50. There's no stuff around here that has a current wage. Now I need to scroll. I don't think there's any staff that is employed for that amount of money. Look. There's the amateurs, even they want more money than that, and we have, like, there's people that work for 80 euros. Even these. Even him, I don't know. He's under 21's manager. It doesn't matter much to me right now. He wants 140. I can afford 50. This just doesn't work. Well, there's the board here. I want higher wages, please. Here. We need to increase the wages of the physio. And also of the coaches, please. And now we're done. For now. I don't really want to pay them that much. We just need at least one physio. And we do not need all of the coaching stuff anymore now that I know how to do it. Great. Great. How much is it now? If this is within the reasonable territory now, I will be so surprised. So, again, we need a physio. That's not a physio. This is sorted by physiotherapy skill. Well, I mean, I guess he's on a non-contract. Yeah, he's on an amateur contract anyway, so it doesn't matter much. Is he a good physio? I don't know. Doesn't matter. He wants to be under 21's physio, and we can offer 50. Wages have been increased for general physio, though. It's still 50. I don't know what's going on with this game. They probably increased it by 5%. So it's not within the limit. Right. Amran is one of our youth players. Apparently he progresses well in training. I do not really see him as strictly a playmaker, I think, though. If I look at this overall. He is really brave, he has good tackling. Oh, He trains as a regista. That's not a bad idea. His physicals in general are concerning. On the other hand, he's young, so this might still develop a little bit. He does have some dribbling skill, like lackluster a little bit, but it's not that bad. Segundo Volante would focus more on the physical side. Is this useful for him? Not bad, that's for sure. Also, I don't think he needs to focus on the passing that much. Like, that's okay at this point. Passing 8 and vision 8. Could be way worse. Physicals are way more concerning, I think. He does have 4 points of penalty taking, that's not great. I don't know. We'll keep it like this. So that's a really good player, and the problem is this really good player is way too expensive. We could use an inverted winger on the right wing. We don't have anyone that plays that role. Difficult, but well, it's not that difficult after all, because the short-term contract is not an issue, but I will not offer him 325 to 425. And I do think the issue with the low wages might be inherited from us having other staff that is way underpaid. Just a theory. So it's not about the goalkeeping coach or the fitness coach there. All of these earn some serious money. We did reduce their wages a little bit, but they earn some serious cash. So that can't be the issue. Great, thank you very much. These two though, Chuchu isn't paid at all. Namran is on 30 euros a week. So I will try something contrary to intuition. I will try to offer him money for a scouting role. How long does his contract run right now? Till the end of 26. He's also a really shitty scout, to be honest. Doesn't matter much though. So we will offer him a 1-year contract. No, actually, I will offer him €1 a week, or I don't know, something. Why not? We will pay you, Chuchu. How do you feel about that? He's very happy with that. I guess, formally speaking, that binds him to the club. Oh, Melaka are interested. That's new. No, they play in the Liga, I'm afraid. Still hates me. I don't know what to do about this. I would really want to get rid of him this transfer window, but I can't see that happening anytime soon. And the entire premise of getting rid of him is, well, We just want to get rid of him because he doesn't train well, he doesn't play well. I don't know why that is, to be honest. That one match was better, I guess. But throughout last season, he made 19 appearances, conceded 39 goals. Ever since we replaced him with the, well, on paper, with Chin Sum, who is on paper really a bad goalkeeper in comparison. Chin Sum does develop well. I didn't even expect that, to be honest. I was just hoping for better performances. And, well, I think it shows. For now. Then again, maybe we will just keep Mochalil as a very expensive backup. Let's try this actually. So he is still unhappy. You know what? We won't get him out of the club anyway. Let's do this. Let's unset loan status too. Current playing time is emergency backup. We will put him on backup. That's in a few weeks, I think. Matches on Friday. Alright. So we will play against Johor DT. I have no idea about their tactics just yet. It's a ways away though. We'll have the friendly against Cushing first. So let's save this again because, well, you know. There doesn't seem to be an issue right now though. Abba came up again, okay. I do not have a strong opinion on Abba, to be honest. Made 5 appearances for us in 2025. He never really had a chance, to be honest. And with that positioning and the overall physicals, I have concerns here. So thank you very much, but I'm not really interested. Looking at this, I think I sorted this by wage recently. Yeah, like I sorted it by wage demand according to the scout. So I'm always looking for bargains, you know me at this point. And there's a few here that are interesting. Like him, for example. On the other hand, I don't know if this is a reasonable addition to the squad. So we're looking for something that is a little better. Wage-wise, this is very interesting. But we don't need a left back right now. So that's the issue. He's also very inconsistent, so on and so forth. So certainly not the easiest signing to sell to our supporters, maybe. And then there's players like this, like he's not touted to have great potential, but like this would be a reasonable signing for the under 19s, I think, or even for the under 21s already, just due to the professional personality. We would need to loan him out though, and then, well, I'm not sure where to go with this. Scoring report says no notion of history of injuries. I would certainly want to offer money for him, because I think he will develop at least to 2.5 star or something. It's probably like it's not a safe bet. It never is. But with that personality, it's unlikely that he will not develop at all. He's professional and reserved. This is great. So I talked myself into making an offer here. Let's see. If we can get him for 45, that's great. If it's like 60 or 70 territory, I'm not so sure. Yeah, he wants 75. So I was hoping for lower expectations. That said, we'll try to be assholes about it. Too far away. So I'll offer 35. Keep the bonuses in. Tell him that's the end of it. And he doesn't want it. It was worth a try. Sometimes they accept stuff like this. There should also be this person. So he's a model citizen. The problem is, first of all, he has no potential apparently. I'm not even sure if I would want to look at that in the situation. But my big concern here is, even though, like, assume we play him. Okay? Just assume we play him for a second. And he does develop to be, like, 2-star material, so not great. But we keep him around for the personality. He makes the odd appearance here and there. The problem is we can't really use him for mentoring either, because he tries to play way out of trouble, and I don't want that trait on anyone. So even though he might not be, like, we might be able to make do with him, just to include his personality in the squad, the personality is not useful to us, because we can't use him for mentoring. And I really, really despise that. So the overall combination doesn't look great. There's an issue here. So as a result, I don't want to sign him, despite me usually being very focused on personalities and having good personalities in the squad, and this is the best we can find. Nazarudin is balanced, I think. Former lone player of ours, no big issues with him. He had a reasonable rating even. That said, his finishing could do with some improvement. Well, in practice, I would argue it's more about the mentals most likely. And despite me liking Nazarudin and he wants a really low wage, I don't think it's an appropriate transfer right now. Could get him for loan, but we would need to, like, find ways to get rid of some of our players first. And we have issues with that. Despite playing really well, I guess the only player that would fetch a price on the market is, like, people like Ankun or Elbug Chagtsel. That's maybe people who would get a price on the market. I will also take the loan status here away. Not useful anymore, he's hurt. Sadly. So let's see where this goes. Alright. The price for Mochalil is far too high, it says. We have an asking price. Where is it? We'll just not specify it. These two are supposed to have a professional contract. I doubt it. In fact, he's listed for loan and I would be willing to part with him on a permanent basis. Like, unambitious and level-headed is not the worst personality overall. Does train as a pressing forward these days. I'm not sure if that's fair, but that's not too bad. So his strength improved a little bit, but overall there's no development here whatsoever. He's 18. Contract runs out at the end of the season. If we can sell him, that would be great. Abidin tries to play way out of trouble. I don't want that in my squad. Like, there's positive development here, apparently. And it's not enough. This obviously is not bad. Concentration improving, but it's way too low. He's outspoken too. I would definitely want to get rid of him. Problem is his contract runs till 2028, so that's a hard sale. There's a bunch of players in the youth team that are very similar, so I doubt that this will be possible for most of them, sadly. So good news is we definitely skipped over the whatever crashed the game last time, if I recall correctly. Zakaria can become a top player. Well, I doubt that he can become a top player. I think he is a top player at this point. Still trains as a halfback. I didn't change it. The rating did improve in comparison to last season. It's hard to determine if this is due to the tactic, due to the success of the club overall, due to playing as a halfback. I'm not so sure. So if it is due to playing as a halfback, and also I guess that makes it part of the tactical stuff, it is definitely kudos to Mies in that case. He came up with that idea. If it isn't, well, I don't know. So he left. Yeah, we can't afford him. Look at that. I don't want to pay that. And also Harsh Singh is supposed to be somebody with high potential. I think he was fickle, wasn't he? Something like this. Yeah, personality is fickle. He's media friendly. There's the obvious issue here that part of his personality is probably he might have a little bit controversy and so on and so forth. Contract runs until the end of the year. I'm not sure if we want to keep him, but there's potential in him. Potential's good. Get rid of the loan status. Sure, I would want to part with him for just the money. And there's also the big concern that we have Kamarudin, I think was his name. Yeah, we have Kamarudin out here. Like, we don't really own him, that's a problem. But Kamarudin's very reliable, most likely. And Kamarudin has also versatility. So I would definitely take a preference for Kamarudin in that case. Or have a preference. Just due to the overall, I guess the overall setup. Singh is not bad though. Like, he might have potential. Kamarudin, on the other hand, great potential. And the issue, his contract runs forever. We would need to pay outlandish amounts of money to keep him, I think. Oh, Baru is wanted. On loan. Great. Baru is wanted on loan by our affiliate club though, so... I mean, I guess that makes sense. We could, though, and that's way better. We could try to loan out Carlos da Costa Lima. So now you're probably wondering, well, you brought him in. He played well so far, more or less, in the few appearances he made. Why would you want to loan him out? Well, the issue is with the nationality, really. And he would need to be loaned to a Malaysian club. So if a player has foreign nationality and he's not like 5-star or not, I don't know, 4-star material, it's likely that he won't make much appearances on the pitch. So chances are I will need to find a player that is, I don't know, from somewhere that can replace him. And I want him to play. So first of all, he costs us money. But second of all, we want him to increase his value, right? So we need him to play somewhere, and isn't with our club. That's just what has shown recently. We do not have a replacement for Barudo. So it comes down to maybe playing a winger from the under-19s in the end. If we do not find a replacement that is really cheap. And to be honest, that's probably not the worst idea. Like, no. There's people in here that can, if it comes to it, can at least try to make an appearance. So I'm not 100% sure about it, but maybe it's a good idea to focus a bit on the youth, because at least they have Malaysian Malaysian nationality. So if we offer him on loan, yeah, so he doesn't want to move away permanently, but on loan could be fine for him. No issues there. I want to have a monthly fee, sure, but this will not happen, I think. Barua will not let leave. Like I think Baru has issues on the physical side. Doesn't really show. Then again, Baru's overall rating in comparison to what he earns and the amount of playing time he gets, that's not an issue overall. I think that's fair value. And in comparison to the Costa Lima, we can actually play Baru most of the time. There's also the opportunity to teach our own players to play on both wings. Season's going well. So the odd point here and there that is lost might cost us qualification for the Champions League, for example. That would be bad. But on the other hand, I do not expect us to end up in the Asian Champions League anyway, or in the Cup or whatever, with fruit right now. Yes, it's very close. So we could try to push for it, but then again, that will happen anyway. And we need to think long term here. So it might not make sense immediately to reduce the quality of the squad, but on the other hand, if it brings in money, then it sets us up for a repeated attempt at basically the same. Oh. Okay. Interesting. So there would be some interest actually, but the wage demands are too high. All right. I won't do much about that. But it's interesting to see that there's people out there that would be willing to sign our young players. Prince is pressing forward right now. If he would make it to 1 star as a pressing forward, I would probably bring him on from time to time. Who knows? I don't know what's going on with Mahasir. Well, to a degree. I mean, considering the overall situation of the club, no monies and barely any player wanting to come to Borneo, I think yes, we're doing fairly well, given that we're third. We were first, like until a few matches ago. Yeah, well, for now, let's be calm about it though. Also, welcome back to the stream, by the way. Yes, so it went fairly well. That is not an issue anymore. We are top league and third. So the slow and steady and sustained approach certainly worked. But that's just the way I play Football Manager. Like, how do I put this? All of the understatement usually results in overachievement. That's it's not 100% reliable, obviously, but, you know. It also has to do with Elbug Chagtsel. He scored a ton. I will just show you prior to... Yeah, well, you can probably see it here, right? The last one was a friendly, so ignore that. But this spell here, 3 goals against KL Rovers, 4 goals against Cushing. I just want to put it out there. One of his goals was also ruled out because it was given to the defender that it deflected off. So he basically he scored a 5th in that match. Yeah, was just outstanding in the local grudge match derby against Cushing in Cushing, and afterwards he continued scoring all the time, more or less. So once that didn't happen anymore, we had a bit of a problem with the results. But not sure, man. Good question. No, we are not. And they're like the last performances have been a bit concerning. Like I'm talking about the last two or three matches. We were also thrown out of the cup by. It was really unlucky. Like we were on level. Yeah, but in general, I think we can be really happy with the season so far. Just given the player material that we have available to us. Yeah, and I think that's fair. But the players do under or overperform according to their skill level, I would argue. For example, Chinsio Sum is not that impressive as a goalkeeper, but I always blame it on the personality. So from my perspective, making the switch was a good idea. Like, he probably got us like 10 points on his own. He made a bunch of really good saves throughout the season. And conceding 9 goals in 11 matches isn't bad either. The average rating is fine. Our number 1 goalkeeper, which is not him, at least on paper. No, they don't. Like this is a bunch of players that are not set up to be that impressive from a skill level perspective. I think it has to do with the fact that we found a tactic or tactical instructions that help them to play to their best, which is not that much. But still, it results in reasonable performances on the pitch. And as we can see in this example here, it also results in some mediocre, but in some development. It's not that impressive, but as long as the performances on the pitch are remain that way, we will increase the value of the players a little bit. And a bit by tiny bit for everyone is worth way more than one player going through the roof and being sold. Because it will translate to performances. And we can also keep the squad around. Like there's... I wouldn't want to sell Elbug right now. It doesn't matter. Like there's no use. Also, just putting that out there, Elbug did score all of the stuff being played as a pressing forward. So he basically outscores his last season's performance by being on a defensive role. But it has a big impact on the overall performance of the team because it helps on the defensive side. And to focus the striker on the defensive part of the game, that does not seem very intuitive, does it? But it did help a lot. So I like to think in these areas. Also, there's a bit defender that we signed here, Mahazir. He's just fantastic. Anyway, I wanted to do a short break, so I will grab a Coke and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I found Coke. Where is it? Here we go. I think yes. So the first spot should be Asian Champions League. Or is it? Yeah, so that's it, the AFC Champions League group stage, and then there's the AFC Champions League playoff in the second spot. There's also like the cup somewhere. It's depends on winner of the Shupi Piala FA. So I think the playoff spot is given to the winner of the cup, and that basically translates to third place getting whatever's left over. I probably didn't phrase it really well, but it might make sense to you. So the third third position third position might still translate to something, and something for this club is like big monies. Yes. But it's also about something really easy too. We can have a look at that actually. I'll show you. If you're interested in that. Because I can rant on about financial stuff for like half an hour, no problem. But if you look at the number of people in the attendance here, you may realize that there's a big discrepancy. Sometimes there's really a ton of people in here. And it's at home versus Kuching, for example. This was a grudge match. So that 5-0 that was done particularly by Elbug. That was the match that he scored 4 goals in, and the last one was an own goal. But most of the matches at home are like there's 300 people in the stadium. There is no profit from that. In fact, we're going down financially. So it's really just about the odd match here and there, the outliers that bring in money. And these outliers need either to be played in our stadium in a regular league match, but there's basically one match throughout the entire season that fills the stadium. It doesn't fill the stadium, that's a 40k all-seater. But 8k out of 40 is pretty damn high for us. So that one match made up for, I don't know, it was 100k revenue or something. It was really a ton. Or the alternative is to be in the cup, to play away from home. Our own supporters will not travel with us. They don't care. They will not leave Borneo. They just watch it in TV or something, I don't know. Or read up on it in a newspaper, I guess. But if it's a cup match and we win it, apparently we get the earnings. Or at least a share of the earnings. Yeah, well, they are supporters, but they are not rich enough to leave Borneo all the time. It costs a ton of money. I can certainly see why. At least that's how I imagine it. So just imagine you live on one island and you need to take the plane to another just to watch a football match. It will not be cheap. It's probably cheaper to watch the local football matches right over in Indonesia, over the border. Because it's still on Borneo. I hope it's also called Borneo from an Indonesian perspective. I don't want to be, you know. Yeah, but it's about the money in the end. And this also is to our detriment. Yeah, well, exactly. So that's the point. Assuming we would play in a competition that has a really high reputation, we might earn money not due to the fact that our own supporters flock into the stadium necessarily, but because somebody might come over that brings supporters with them that don't care about money. Like I don't know, there might be a Chinese club or something. I'm just making this up on the go now. I have no experience with that. But throughout Asia, there is certainly the odd club here and there that has a big supporter base that plays in the Champions League and that might be forced to play against us. So as a result, all of a sudden there will be 20k people that are from somewhere that bring money and they flock to Borneo because they need to play against us. So if we get lucky in that sense, all of a sudden it might bring on 200k or something, because the stadium's there. So you know? But that's like growth mindset though. We're hoping for it to happen, but on the other hand, it's an outlier, statistically speaking. Most of the time we will lose money playing within the league. And that will change a little bit with the reputation. So Mies always tells me to go up to look into this. I think it's here. Malaysia club list. Looking at this, just look at it. We're not even in the like with the we have the worst reputation throughout the entire league. There's Liga M3 clubs, in particular those that recently got relegated, that have better reputation than us. Still, we're getting there. It's getting better and better. Slow, slowly, steadily, but it gets better. And we will get this done just by retaining I guess being in a league. It's not even about winning the league or something. Just by being in a league and challenging the other teams, we will get better reputation throughout time. So did I mention Mahasir? I'm really impressed by the central defender. Like, we play him as a box standard central defender. Brought in a 23-year-old and he just performs. He improves. There's no other way to phrase this. And all of this for 50 euros a week. And we did extend his contract recently, so he will certainly remain with the club. The only thing he needs is a professional personality. I can't change that though. Ronaldo trains well too, so happy with that. The problem is, well, it's not a problem really, depends on your perspective. You joined the stream now that we are in the middle of the season. So it might go really well going forward, it might not, but there's a break right now. So actually this episode is more focused on the transfer market. And we have a hard time selling players, nobody cares. There's this bunch of people that play football on Borneo. This is just for other people that live in Borneo. We basically have the option to sell to Kuching or some sort of, our feeder club or something. And maybe the odd club here and there, but most of our players, either they don't want to move, or there's no interest in them because nobody knows about them. And we might as well send a mail, but nobody cares. And this is a prime example here. Carlos da Costa Lima is probably an appropriate option for most of Liga M3. I would be happy to let him part with us, not on a permanent basis, but for now. He needs to play in Malaysia. That's all I care about right now. But we have a problem getting rid of him. So he will not play. Like, that's just due to the nationality and league rules. We have problems playing him. Yeah, as a result, might as well take him off the short list. Nobody's interested anyway, of the loan list. And apparently, also, the interest in Baru died down too. Mochalil is still unhappy about not being primary goalkeeper anymore. Well, if he performed, that wouldn't be an issue. But maybe he will suck it up. That said, we might need to play him, because, well, the inevitable did happen. Jinsu Sum hurt himself. So, who knows? Yeah, and now it's just a case of sit and wait, I think. It will not take forever, due to new hardware, but shall we scout this? So, the Shupi Piala FA resolves, I think. No, this is a semi-final only. Johor versus Terengganu. Oh, I don't think we need to watch this. That's also something, we don't have any scouting budget left anymore. Chuchu spend it all within the first, I don't know, 4 months. Kuching hold out to a draw, okay. Well, look at that expected goals though. Wow. Elbug scored again. Did anyone get hurt? Holy shit. Apparently, yes. Ankun hurt himself. That's a playmaker. We have a problem. I might need to play somebody from the under-19s in the first league match then. And we don't have a physio, we can't afford one because the board doesn't allow us to pay decent wages. Darius hurt. Oh shit. He's unregistered for now. I guess we will need to change that. Let's see. So Zakaria could do playmaker-ish duties. Also, in theory, Ahmad could try. He does have no balance whatsoever though. That's sad. The Ahmad option is not horrible. We could try to play him as an advanced playmaker in this old formation. Not sure about it though. That or, well, I guess Zakaria might lose his halfback training after all. What's the first fixture? It's Johor, of all the clubs. Cool. So we will face Johor DT, Pahang, and Kuala Lumpur in Selangor. That's like... That's at least 3 really hard matches. Johor DT, Pahang, and Selangor. Kuala Lumpur FC, they had a lackluster season. Looking at this. But the rest of it, Selangor are top, Pahang are top, Johor DT is 4th. Yeah. So chances are we will have a hard time there. In particular, given that one of our most important players with Norman Ankun is hurt now. 2 to 4 weeks, how long do we have? 2. It's the same week, damn. So we have 2.5 weeks for Norman Ankun to recover. That's unlikely. Maybe for the match against Sri Pahang FC again. Don't know. Well, matches on Saturday, matches on Friday. And there's another match on Friday here. So, how have you been doing so far? Anything new with you? There's players available for the under-19s match. I guess we can slot them in, yeah. Sure. These two, for sure. They can play that one match, no issues. So Ahmad needs to play anyway. If he wants to develop at all, and same with Singh. No issues here. Don't want to look into that, I don't think it's needed. And Chuchu signed a new contract with us. He now gets paid a whole euro a week. Or not. I did offer him a euro a week though, but apparently he doesn't want it. Does this change? It doesn't, does it? Does it change the amount of money we can offer for physio? Nope. Nope. 50 euros max. Can't do anything about that, and there's no physio that would work for 50 euros. This is fine. This is not. Neither is this. I really think I'm missing something here. Given that the transfer window is open and we did not get rid of any youth players, neither did we get any new signings. On the other hand, there's hardly anything to change. I wouldn't know what to do. I mean, I guess I could try to sell Jafar, for example. We even pay the wages. get out. Great. Malik. I don't think I want to sell Malik in this case. Malik's not bad. But he's susceptible to injury though. What about Johari? I would be willing to part. Singham. Same. Dot for sure, but he's hurt. And Abdullah. I mean, I guess he can leave too. Really, I just want to get rid of the wages here. But yeah, we lost Ankun through injury. That's true. Twisted ankle 2 to 4 weeks for a useless friendly. I guess it wasn't useless. It was against Kuching. We need to win these friendlies against Kuching, right? So no big issue there. Who the hell are you? An Indian 29-year-old. I guess he's on a full-time. What? So he's on a full-time contract on 600 euros a week, and he circulates the name in our general direction because he thinks we want to overspend on a player. Thank you very much. Not interested. That's what happens once an agent is involved. Ton of money. On the other hand, they are useful. Sometimes. Nice. Currently he played well. Great. I don't know how to deal with that next match though. So assuming this was our lineup, Diego's probably set. I would want to have Zakaria around here. He would probably need to be registered at some point. We should do that. Here you go. That's done. There's not really any player that fits in here. I guess Ahmad is the best option in this case. What? He knows how to play deep lying playmaker on support? But why? Okay. In that case, I will not change anything. We're fine. How's the wage budget so far? We're still overspending. I should give a contract to Badrul Hisham at some point. Guess given his injury, Monchalil might make an appearance. It depends. And there's not really a choice here. Because Carrier's hurt, so yeah. This lineup is done by itself. Which means we still have a few foreign player slots available to us. Given that Mod Jalil would be on the pitch actually. Yay! Get some chocolate. That's better. So we might actually make it to the match against Johor DT after all. Who knows? He has promised not to complain as his future is in question. So let's offer him to the clubs. Same here. I'll offer him. He did promise not to complain. Roslan, offer. Umar, yeah. Get out, please. I don't think we will sell anyone here. Yeah. We wanted to loan him out. I think that's reasonable. Just pay his wages, please. And his future is in question too, because he doesn't train well. Funnily enough, he started to train well right after there was a benchmark for him. So let me phrase it this way. We signed him on a free transfer. We do pay him 70 euros a week. We have a problem playing him because he has Eritrean nationality. Like I always feel like a racist talking about the bad person, like a nationality that is bad for us. It's just the league rules. I would rather have a multicultural squad, but the league just dictates that we can't. I'm willing to try, actually. Let's try to offer him for a transfer. Maybe we can remove this misunderstanding and make some money alongside it. Tottenham offer for Weirds. He's still with Leverkusen, okay. That will probably not persist in the future. Who knows? He might be a really loyal player. Then again, loyalty to a club that is basically founded and done by a company, I don't know. Weird. Mudhead. Apparently he has problems with his personality, it says here. Extremely happy and has a very professional attitude. Well, this is good. I like it. In general, I'm very happy with the overall direction this save took. So far. They don't want Jafar. They don't want Johari. Oh, he has an agent. Sure, so this is a casual player. His contract runs out. We want to get rid of him. No interest in him. Okay. Oh, we can still try to hire an intermediary. I don't want to discuss with Jafar. What about this one? Neither. Dodd has an agent. Let's see. No interest in him. Sure. Yeah, that's the same with Abdullah. Yeah, I expected as much. So Abba is still coming up here. I still don't want Abba. Like, it's not the worst idea, but I don't think we need him right now. We have players in the under 19s that can slot in that case, so no. This is new. He's also on 25 euros. Would be yet another foreign player, yes, I know. He approaches the end of his contract. His contract is for 25 euros a week. That's not the end of his contract. What the hell are you talking about? It's 1.5 years out. Definitely a case of a trial though. Let's see. Who wouldn't want a Spanish guy in a squad, right? I just ranted on about not wanting to sign players from foreign countries because, well, damn league rules. No, I'm doing it all over again. But who knows, he might be a model citizen or something. So... Oh, transfer offer. For whom? That's not bad. You can have him, sure. I just want a little more money. Just a little bit. Interesting. So, usually I would argue we do not want to sell him. But for the amount of money that he earns, he doesn't contribute, like anything. We can't play him due to being a foreign player. So this goes down as a mis-signing on my behalf, I would argue. Like, it's not horrible, but the time frame involved is way too long. We would need him to basically get Malaysian nationality just to play him in the league all the time, that or somebody else in the squad would need to go that has foreign nationality. So it makes it easier if we find a player that can replace him. And I don't know about that player just yet, but if it's a Malaysian player that is borderline acceptable, we'll be fine. Badrul Hisham's around the club. And if he isn't, well, if worst comes to it, pick somebody from the under-19s. So they offer 1.5k for him. It says between 0 and 16k. I want to sell him. I'll make this 0. I want 3k for him, and I want 10%. Any other horrible clauses? I don't know. I'll lowball this because I want to get rid of him, but they might not accept it at all. And I will negotiate. We have time. Great. Fucking hell. Yet another twisted ankle. On Badrul Hisham. I just went on about this. 3 to 5 weeks. Yeah. And we're trying to sell our only right back right now. Great, Chris. Great. Exactly what I expected. Fantastic. So we might need to find a replacement at the right back position immediately. Wrong menu. Preferably a Lonido. There's not that many. And that's bad. Okay. We have the time. Let's offer trials to all of these. And we'll just throw them out if we don't want them. 13 messages. Bunch of trial offers got rejected. We have a few trial offers that got accepted. Fantastic. They might not be any better. Yeah, look at this. They might not be better than what we have. No idea about him. We'll just wait. And this, we don't know yet, man. That's why we took him on trial. Let's go to the under 21s. Is there anyone that would be willing to sign McManamy? And more importantly, do I want to? Do I really want to get rid of him? Obviously, I'm always open for a sale. Here's yet another transfer offer. Have a look. They're for 1.6k now. Okay, so we're in business. We'll get this done. I don't need the 1.6k now though, I need the installments. So we set free. Let's make it 2.8 and the 10%. We'll get there. 2.8k. How long did he spend with us? His contract started basically a year ago. So that's 70 times 52. More or less. So 3.5k. I guess including the clause, that basically comes down to a wash. We might have lost 500 euros on him if we sell him for approximately 3k. And the clause is still worth something. It really depends on his development with them. So if they play him all the time and he plays well, we might get something from the next sale, or whatever amount of money that comes to. This guy. Wow. Oh, also Cameroon trains really well. Well, that's unsurprising, but it's a big issue that we can't keep him. We could. How much did he play? 7 matches. 7! We could. Given that he's not susceptible to injury either. That there's no issues with his performances so far. A bit of a gamble. We could try to extend his loan. He has versatility. He isn't great, but on the defensive side he will do. In fact, he might even do as a slot-in central defender or something. You know what? No. Let's wait a second. I will do a bathroom break. And then I will be back and determine if we want to extend his loan. So, BRB. Hello! So, Cameroonian or not Cameroonian for a second season? I mean, it's not a big question, it's more a question of we barely spend any money on him. We do not earn anything, but at the time speaking, we do not have an option to replace Masrin on the left wing back position. Cameroonian is a reliable backup so far. He did not play for the entire time, but if we were to play him excessively, we would expect him to develop at least on Masrin's level to a degree. What the hell's going on with the camera? There you go. It was flickering. Please tell me it was not flickering for like 2 hours now. Oh, okay. Where was I? I think obviously I'm interested in a transfer on a permanent basis, but that will not happen. He's bound to his club till 2028. I don't know if there's any interest at all on his side for a transfer. So just for funsies, I will try this and it will end up this. So forget about that. I can't afford that, or at least I don't want to. What I can do though... No, go away. So we'll wait a day. I am honestly thinking we should probably try to extend his loan for a second season. It will resolve a bunch of issues that are not... I think the issue of a backup player that is capable of playing in most of the positions is not at the top of the head for most football managers. But it is very interesting to have an option like this. So that's why I'm going for that. Because he can also do defensive midfielder. He's basically a really great bench option. He will not have problems with foreign player rule. He's more or less fine, even in central defender and defensive midfielder position. He might do the right back on the odd occasion, if it comes to it. Not a transfer offer. They accepted our offer. So we would get 2.8k for him and 10% of the next sale. Sure, I will accept this. Great. And now we need to find a player that is somewhat in the same level of capability, but wants lower amounts of money, and preferably with a better personality. So let's have a look. We do not have a right defender at the club anyway. Like Badrul Hisham's here, but I'm not sure if he counts. We want somebody with, I guess, a decent amount of skill. We barely know anyone. That would play more or less for free, preferably. Like Abdullah, for example. Well, like not Abdullah, for example. There's a bunch of players here that we don't know about. So we'll offer a trial to all of these. Find a right back. Great. If none of these is interested, it is what it is. But first of all, we need to sell him anyway. Great. That's not bad. Depending on the attributes. foreign international for Solomon Islands. Okay. Well, that doesn't help us in Malaysia. Right. So I think this Abdullah guy was the one that is most interesting because he has fairly professional personality. Him? Never mind, I confused him. So Badrul Hisham's out. 2 to 4 weeks. 12 days until the match. So that will not happen. Badrul Hisham's not available anymore. Will Yilma be gone? Who knows? Abdullah, though. I guess that's a signing for half a year, maybe. Just to replace him. We have 70 euros a week. Theoretically speaking. Obviously, I want to offer less. I also wanted to extend the loan of Kamarudin. It's too soon to extend it. Okay, I see. So we won't. Not within the first 28 days, alright. I don't want to get rid of him, I just want to know about the condition. He's still wanted by SST. Am I? Same question here. Is he willing to leave? I just want to get rid of the wages, really. So we'll offer him again. This is our affiliate club, though. So they will not offer to pay 70 euros a week for him. That won't happen. They don't have that amount of money. Then again, if we get him to play somewhere, I don't even think they play in the league, though. But if we get them to take part of his wages and play him somehow, he might progress a little bit. That's still better value for money than not developing at all. That's a bit hard. That's hard too. Let's do it like this. It will be fine, I'm sure. I'm really interested in, like, I would wanted to have more of these transfers. I like to make a deal from time to time. And it's just a reality of the situation that we had a problem selling players so far. So, selling a young guy for basically no increase in value doesn't look like good business, but I think it is good business considering that we can't play him. The board probably won't agree. They probably want 16k or something for him, but I feel it is within the realm of imagination that this is a reasonable deal. Amounts listed on loan too. He's a bit on the slower side. Positioning is 1 to 7. Holy shit. Where did he come from? That's Liga M3. He didn't do well there. He is a reasonable tackler though. Stamina's fine, work rate and teamwork are good. So, depends. Can he cross? Can't pass the ball. But that never was an issue for anyone. Johor. Of all the clubs, Johor for the start back into the season. Wow. Our transfer budget got increased by 45 euros. Yay! We will accept this. I'll be positive. Bye, Yilma. That's great. Who is this? He's on 50 euros a week. Come on. We have a foreign player slot open. Not interested, okay. Is there anyone else in this club that I would consider deadwood? Well, Diego isn't. Like, I'm not impressed by his I guess his performances are okay. He's too expensive is what I'm going for, I think. He's an influential player though. Does he want to leave at all? No. And he just signed a new contract, so that makes sense. Please tell me you would be able to sign for less than 70 euros now. Because otherwise, there's issues. Current wage total is still 3.4k. That should go down now. 28 euros go to Red Sea. Okay. Nobody wants the Costa Lima. Why the club chose to now to sell him rather than to keep him on for the last 6 months. Yeah, he wanted to leave after I offered him out, so that makes sense. And we saved some money. I would happily say we made some money, but we didn't. We paid too much in wages for him. If we had played him instead of Badrul Hisham, first of all, results on the pitch might have suffered. I don't know yet. But more importantly, I think his value would have increased due to better development. But we just didn't. Instead, Chin Sum is in goal, and that's worth something too. That's bad. What the hell's going on? Which mentoring group? Oh, I see. So Ahmad's professionalism drops due to well, all of it. Was it about professionalism? No. More controversial, not quite as ambitious, not quite as determined anymore. He is still considered to be resolute. I was hoping for a better development here for Harsey, specifically. But that's not a thing so far. Well. Can't change it now, can we? Less adaptability for Amran. I don't care. That's fine. No concern there. That all? No. Yes, I want to loan him out. That's true, but there's no interest in him. Can't really offer him to anyone anymore. I'm not sure if I want to give him a professional contract there. He's ways away. Maybe for the under 21s. Is it under 23? No, it's under 21s. So for the under 21s, maybe. Sang Hao nears the end of his contract. That's great and all. Okay, in 6 months. I'm not that impressed. He doesn't want to come. So we'll remove him from the shortlist. He's where? What? That's in Russia. Alright. Who cares? So he's gone. Like the transfer window is still open after the match against Johor. So we still have the options for corrections. They're happy with transfers. Porters are fine with it too. Vision for the future apparently is very positive. I don't know where this is coming from. He is new. Available for loan. Realistic outlook on things. Problems with the language and blah blah. An Indian guy, no problem with that. He gets into a position area. That's not bad either. As a wide target forward, it would be a little bit weird, but why not? But foreign player rules, and do I really want to spend a slot on that? I don't think it's horrible. Works hard. This is basically a workhorse, more or less. And his technique is fine, but the rest of his technical attributes is, well, he's challenged. I think I'll ignore this for now. That's not horrible, but he's not interesting. Let's not do this. Elbug's recent form first recognition. I do not think I will praise his form all the time. Not yet, anyway. Maybe prior to the match against Johor, like in a few days. But not right now. What the hell's going on with him? Food poisoning, of course. How are your attributes actually? Oh. Oh. Well, the acceleration is okay-ish. What's the money involved in this deal is the big question, I guess. With Badrul Hisham being out for the match, we could also try to play somebody from the youth somewhere. I don't know why I came up with that idea. Aslan, not better. Umar. This is a fullback or a center back? He's a ball-winning midfielder to me. Yeah, that makes sense. Like typical Chris. Let's retrain him. Fake. Abidin. Abidin would be an option. Progress has been all over the place anyway. So he's considered to have low potential. He barely plays in the under-19s, does he? No. Well, I don't know. They play him in the under-21 sometimes, okay. That's not the worst idea. At least he does play somewhere. So, assuming we play him in favor of Badrul Hisham. Well, as a replacement, you know. That could be an option. Also, his name is, I will butcher this every single time. Kairul Nizam Tsai Nal Abidin. I guess Abidin it is. In comparison to Abdullah though. Wow. Well, we know for sure that Abedin is better on the physical side. Not entirely sure, but pretty close. So that makes it unlikely that we sign this guy. Might as well use Abedin. Which, on the other hand, that would mean we play our own youth, and that always goes down well with the supporters, right? Even though he's trash. Or no. He's back in light training. What's with him? We should improve the... I'm not sure if I want to fund a coaching course for him. I don't think so. Well, if he wants more than 100, that's definitely a no-go. But also otherwise, I think it's reasonable to maybe not spend that money on him. Hope that we will get some points anyway, because he will not be the one to turn this thing around single-handedly, that's for sure. This guy is crazy. So, name was Abedin. Let's have a look at the squad registration. I want to make sure that he's registered. Yeah, he is. There he is. So that's not an issue. Great. Hmm. Who the hell is this? Clive Abraham from Grenada. Meant sure. No good there, is he? In particular, given the form player rule, I do not think we need him. Sadly. Form player rules are really annoying. I mean, I get why they exist. It's just... Match practice. Hopefully nobody hurts themselves. I will look at the board again. We will ask for additional funding, I think. Yeah, for everyone. That's probably not needed. Outcome. Maximum wage increased by 0. Sure. You go and you play. Good luck. You'll need it. I will also praise you for your level of training. That's still fine. And sing. Very similar. I mean, Penang went down recently, and I don't like the colors overall, but I think that the logo is pretty. Black Panthers. They should, like, I don't know why. If you have a name like Black Panthers, why would you go with blue and yellow? Is black no color that you can adhere to? McManamy is back. We might play him. Is he capable to do playmaker-ish duties? Maybe? More of an advanced playmaker, by the way. Currently. I mean, I guess that would be an option too, right? We tell him to be advanced playmaker-ish. That doesn't use his balance. Does acceleration and agility make an appearance here? Why not? He's still listed for loan. No, he is not. We got a wage increase for everyone. We're in good form and you've played a big part of it. Yeah, sure. So I get my way with the board. The problem is I do not get my way with the results. Like they agree to it, but not to the magnitude that I want. So say we want a scout. Maybe also a physio. Maybe also a sports scientist. And I guess I could do with a set piece coach. but more importantly, a performance analyst. I'll put all of this in again. It won't help. We'll search for one and there will be 0 applications tier 2. Fine. This is all well too. Okay, they got defeated, but he scored. Great. Fairly loyal young midfielder. I think it's not bad. I'm kind of conflicted on the trade, to be honest. His passing is not that impressive, and tries long-range passes is very focused. No offers were made. He doesn't want to leave anyway. There's nothing I can do. No interest. Alright. No interest at all. What about Guid? Doesn't have an agent. I'd rather keep Harsey, McManamy. I think on a tactical level we need him right now, because Ankun is hurt. On a strategic level for throughout the end of the season, we need him too, but it is... I'm not that sure that we need him to the extent that we pay him. Let me put it like that. So I have my doubts about that. We might as well play a youth player or something. And I realized that I did sign him after this last season. It's not like he's a bad signing overall. It's more about the amount of money we pay for him, and if we find another opportunity. For somebody that is less susceptible to injury, maybe with better personality, blah blah. The usual. So I think we're more curious about this. No interest anyway. So let's ignore this. Ankun. Ankun is club captain. The agent hates me anyway. He is in great form. Nobody wants Ankun either. Alright. Does Carrier have an agent? Yeah, it's the same. Nobody interested in Diego. Wouldn't want to sell Mazrin, Mahasir, or Fakrullah. I guess Fakrullah I would somewhat be okay with. He doesn't want to be offered. Okay, I got that. Thank you very much for the tone. Yeah, so I think there's no interest in most of our players, and if there's interest in a player of ours, it's probably for those that we do not want to let leave anyway. Why did you scout him in the first place? 40 to 65. It did come down a little bit, didn't it? Problem is we do not really need a replacement on the left back position. I do think this is very useful for the future though, as it says here. But he's not good. Just gotta be honest with myself, I like the personality, but he's not good from a skill perspective. And I do go about signings for the personality with an emphasis on that all the time. Ibrahim. Way too expensive anyway. You're on any shortlist. Let's get rid of him from the shortlist, I don't care. I think he was on the shortlist because we liked the skill, but the amount of money involved in this deal is outlandish. No way. So, you're not registered. He's 26. Let me put it like this. If we get him for 30 euros, that's money I'm willing to spend just for the personality. That's all there is to it, though. Yeah, certainly that is appropriate. And certainly that isn't. I can't afford that. Not for an emergency backup. No way, man. No way. And he will not agree to any of this. Yeah. Go away. Other man. Sadly, the amount of money involved in this is not worth it. If I compare this again to, what was his name again? Abidin? He might have a double last name. Where is it? Zainal Abidin, obviously. Let's compare the two again. So, obviously Abdullah is way better in both the mental and the technical department. On the physical side, he's not great. There's an age difference of 8 years between the two. I would argue that spending the additional playing time on Abedin is probably a better idea going forward. It might come at the detriment of current results though, as always. He's susceptible to injury or something. Doesn't look like it. Let him try long throws too. Well, the good part is he can't get much worse. He's still out for 9 days to 3 weeks. That's way too close. I guess Aberdeen it is. So let's put him in here. And I think I will unlist him for loan. There we go. The under 19 plays. Not so sure about that. You can go in the under 21s for now. Well, the selling of, was his name Yilma? The selling of our right back from Eritrea to Kuala Lumpur Rovers might have been City. I forgot already. That certainly helped a little bit with the lineup from the perspective of foreign player slots. Okay. Last effort to get rid of all of these. In fact, no, I can't do that. I need to do this one by one, don't I? Okay. Do we want to keep Selamat? I think so, yes. That's one I'm willing to keep. Yeah, and I think that's also one that needs to make an appearance from time to time from the bench if we can. He does have potential. He does have good personality, so I'm willing to keep him. Selvarai doesn't get paid, so same. That said, we can probably promote him to the under 21s. Sure, next. Kumar. Balanced player, goalkeeperish stuff. I think I would want to get rid of him. I don't hate the guy, but, you know, money and all. Umar. Fairly pro, doesn't get paid. We'll keep him here. Tidy, fairly sporting. No big issues, but again, money involved. Aberdeen will keep. There's another Aberdeen. I definitely want to get rid of him. It didn't happen last time, but who knows. Malik. He's out on loan. I have my doubts with the trade. So as a result, I will do something drastic here. Let's see if he would want to leave. Abdullah. And he is a good player, Malik, I realize. Abdullah's not that bad. He's a good jumper. Well, that's about it. He's not horrible. Still, would be willing to let him leave. I think it definitely a sale. For me. Ahmad. Definitely a sale too. I think he's on anyway. Amran. Funnily enough, I think that's a keeper. Aslan. That's a sale for me. As is this. Brown. Does dive into tackles. As a center back, he's not horrible. But I don't like the trade. I don't want to bother. Assis. For me, that's a sale. Dort, definitely a sale, but he's hurt if I recall correctly. I think, well, he can't jump, that's for sure. Unambitious and level-headed, most likely. No, he's unflappable. Okay, that's not bad either. Still. Trying to get rid of him for now. Basil. Del. On the Amat. Sell. Amza. Definitely sell. Can't though. He's on a non-contract. And, well, I guess I need to correct, definitely. We need a goalkeeper in the squad after all. At least somebody. That's not great. Hey, he's pacey. Well, not great. Ismail. Sell. And then we're back with Jafar. He's interested, the problem is nobody else's. Just me. Sell. I think I want to keep him for now. Personality is interesting, but Modisha. I think we tried selling him previously. Didn't happen. Roslan, same. Rosli. Guess that's the same issue. Selamat. Now we're back at square one. I think I want to keep him. Okay, so basically I'm trying to sell everyone from the under-19s. That tells you something about my youth policy. Oh, okay. Well, every one of these can certainly play, with the exception maybe of Fasil Ahmad. I think that's a bit hard on him. 45, sure. 45 here too, and Carlos da Costa Lima can do the full match. No issues. Let him play, he will not be on the pitch for 90 minutes against Johor DT. Yakin completes his trial with us tomorrow. That's not horrible, but it's definitely not what I'm going for, and I'm not looking for a right back on loan right now. Don't think that's reasonable. Sabri. He is with Kuala Lumpur. They just signed somebody. I don't know why they want to get rid of him necessarily. I guess he's a bit old, but don't think it's a horrible signing. Don't think it's great either. Mustafa. No. Well, I mean, he's pacey. Gotta give him that. That's damn pacey. Anifa. Unambitious and not worth it. I mean, okay. We scouted him previously. That's cool and all, but I don't think I need him. Okay. Match against Johor DT. So, now we're getting into the interesting part of the episode, I guess. Then again, I think transfer business is interesting too, to a degree. So there's major concerns with sharpness now. It's not horrible, but it is visible. Everybody's losing sharpness, but it's too late at this point. I probably should have included an additional friendly. 8 days to 2 weeks. Ankun is still hurt. He might make it to the bench though. On the other hand, McManamy is available, so He's a little bit better. Okay. The good part is overall performance and training has been fine. Christopher's corner taking did improve a little bit. Great. Most of them trained really well. Amat. So we will use him as a playmaker next match. He does know how to play a ball. That's for sure. First touch could be a little bit better. But for a penetrating pass, he's not a bad choice. And that showed throughout the season already. Even though it didn't show for 90 minutes just yet. So we'll have to wait and see if it happens again. Megamanami was praised recently. There's no issue with Fakrula from that perspective. His strength improved. Well, not bad. Elbug, I just want you to score an additional 3 goals, really. Baru's not bad. He's still wanted by SSTMI. Not interested in selling him. Okay. Even Harsey trains reasonably well. Does the Costa Lima 7.4? Is this still considered to be okay? And Guit, well, not that well. The 6.7 on Mochalil is as high as it goes, I guess. And this one, he's new to the club, he will need some time. Carry on Ankun, maybe for the bench. Most likely not. Do we want Chinsiu Sum on the pitch, or do we want Mochalil on the pitch? That's a hard one. Chinsiu Sum did train well. Chinsiu Sum had the better performances throughout the season. Apparently it's on the same level now. I confused. Whatever. Fine. So in attack, say we bring Guit just for some versatility. There's not that many players left there. Kamarudin for some defensive versatility for sure. He's new, but he can come with us. Do we want a central defender? And if so, I guess we will bring him along. Carrier, shin splits, nah. I won't put him on the pitch immediately. He needs time. But Rolisham's not available, so no right back option anyway. I guess if it comes to it, Gamaruden will need to do that, or I guess Harsh Singh would be an option. So, assuming playmaker is this, right winger here, left winger here, no issues. That's all the foreign players, but it doesn't matter because the last option we have is Harsh Singh, and well, now we have 2 left backs, but who cares? We'll be fine. We could have tried to focus on a more defensive setup against Johor DT. It's away from home after all. Then again, we had great success with the balanced approach so far. Wow. Exactly prior to the match. Fantastic. Carries back in training. So Johor DT are clear favorites, it says. No problems there. What kind of football do they play, Johor? Manager does wing play 4-3-3 DM wide. Alright. So we face a 4-3-3. Christopher raises hurt. Not bad. Positive on wing play. Okay. So this combination might still work. Who knows? Biggest concern is Ankun's missing. I think I want to decrease the risk here. Let's look into this. So targeting the target forward is probably always a good idea here. Ease of tackles is also a good idea in this position. There is nobody that plays here that does know how to do good tackles. The more direct passing I'm not so sure about. Can we just get rid of this? No, it says shorter passing. I still think in general we should play shorter passes. To retain possession a little bit more, there will be penetration at some point. I'd rather not focus on it too much. And to be honest, it's only 1 point better the passing than Diego's. He takes fewer risks, apparently. Does he take more? Part of the role, sure. Okay. Well, he's definitely not one to shoot, so shoot less often makes sense. Tackling harder, most likely not yet. But once the composure and the strength go up, hard tackles are definitely in order here. And I have my doubts about taking fewer passing risks. I still think it is reasonable here, despite him being a good passer. Just pass the ball around more often than not. That or, well, I mean, I guess taking fewer passing risks does not necessarily translate to really short passes all the time. Might also mean that they knock the ball away sometimes. It's a regular tactic in hockey, as I realized yesterday. So ice hockey in that case. They just what's a puck called in English? Probably puck 2, isn't it? Hmm. It says hockey puck. Great. So anyway, they just smash it away sometimes. And it's a very common tactic, it seems. If they do not find anyone that is an appropriate passing station, they just smash it away. But it happens more often because there's more pressing on a smaller pitch. Well, on the whatever the ice the thing is called. So it's interesting to see the comparison here. Fuck off. Okay. He just twisted his ankle yesterday. Fantastic. So it's either Norman Ankun or one of the under 19. Have a look at this. Is there anyone that could play in this position? Shumat? Shumat it is. Get rid of this. So obviously I will not play Shumat, I will play Ahmad. Well, it's not so obvious after all, is it? Eddie Pizarro. So with that name, obviously I need to sign him. I don't know enough about him though. Well, 300 euros a week. That's great and all, but the amount of money involved is no good. No offers for 19 players. Great. So nobody wants our youth squad, basically. That's to be expected. $14, that's trials, isn't it? No, he's not horrible. Don't have the slot for the foreign player though. Hazard, nope. I mean, I guess we were looking for a right back. And I think he's not horrible at all from the personality perspective, but the rest of it is... Don't think so. He learned how to jump all of a sudden. Summary person was fairly pro though. I mean, I guess it could be worse. From Bukit Tambun. What's the amount of money involved in this deal? Is he better than Abidine? I lost the name again. It should be somewhere. What was it again? Can't seem to find it. Well, anyway, I don't think we need him. We'll add him to the shortlist of the actual candidates there, because I think this is a reasonable personality overall. Fairly pro and level-headed is very good. Sure. Don't want to make an offer for them. Alright. Bathroom break, then tactical meeting. DRB. It's time. It's time to have a look at Johor DT. Time to have a look at how we can beat them. It's time to make the impossible reality. Or at least try. So let's do that. Let's try. 4K tickets sold out of 40K capacity. We will not get a single euro from that. For next match only, though, we will play this formation as always. Abidin will be challenged. That's for sure. Well, let's have a look at your position. Esteban Iras. That seems like a good striker overall. He's young though. Concentration is a bit low. That's about it. So, not sure what to do with him. Like, easing off tackles and all would be a good idea, but then again, I do not expect us to run alongside him. They pay him 3.4k per week. Holy shit. Ramdani. Good crossing. Passing's not that great. Show him to the inside. Get the ball from him in the middle of the pitch. Long shots isn't that impressive either. That said, the finishing is dangerous. Composure's a bit low. First touch is okay. No major concerns here. This is great. This is a really great player, sadly. We try to show him on the inside too. I would argue ease of tackles, but then again, we need to tackle him at some point. Endrick. Endrick's passing is great, off the ball movement is good. Runs with the ball down left. Uses outside of foot and tries tricks. He's left-footed only, so that's definitely a case of showing him to the right. Composure's low. First touch is very good though, so pressing him, dangerous. Marking him tightly, people run away. He has the off-the-ball movement to pull it off. Amirul Fakhi Chalil knocks the ball past the opponent, tries tricks. First touch is very good, bravery is very low, dribbling's low, strength is low. This, for me, is a case of tackling him hard, if we do it at all. He does have good vision and passing is okay-ish too. Off the ball movement's alright. I think we'll leave the rest open. Zakaria, the defensive midfielder, not to be confused with our Zakaria. So, Modifrant Zakaria has low dribbling, low bravery, low strength. It's not that impressively low though. So we will use normal tackles here. Declan Lambert. Right-footed on the left wing back position. That's an interesting choice. He's more of a center back. Jumping's fine. I don't think we need to do anything in particular here, and if we do, well, we'll stand correct. Passing's very good on him, sadly. Off the ball movement is a bit low. That's great on both. There's no issues here. Also, both of these can jump, by the way, to a degree. Have decent strength. This is well-rounded, no issues there. He knocks the ball past the opponent. That's a bit dangerous to possess, but in general, the wing play in this formation should create a lot of issues for us, and it probably will. We do trap on the inside, try to force turnovers there. No other concerns. Play fairly narrow. He's not entirely used to playing on support duty, but that's about it. We could try to bring along Carrier instead of Ahmad. I think it makes sense in this case. Because Ahmad's tired. Carrier, straight return from injury if he makes it from the bench to the pitch. Any other concerns? I'm sure there's something. But for now, the players need squad numbers. Well, number 2 is available. He can have that. Yeah, the rest can be auto-numbered. Right, submit this. Everybody seems to be pleased for now. Let's go. Alright. What about the mood in the dressing room? He's nervous. Well, we'll go with we owed him. Now he's motivated. I will still try to ease the pressure on him, I think. For the rest of them, that didn't help. At least it seems that way. For the rest of them, just try to encourage them. Make the best of the occasion. We'll see how it goes. Currently the stadium is not full. Zakaria has 90% pass completion. So if we win this, we shove them away from the Champions League qualification. And push ourselves up in the... definitely in a good position for the top 3 in the future. If we don't, well, then I guess we go where we belong, to be honest. So, it's not likely that we will end up there. That said, we can certainly try. That's a foul already. Immediately on the yellow. Great. Really great. Lambert is the left back. Let's have a look at this. Not sure if there's an issue with pace on him there. I would like to focus down his wing. Then again, Baru is not exactly the strongest player in the squad. So we'll keep it as it is. Korea. This is dangerous. Well, it is. Don't know what to do about it though. And Zainal Abidin with the first header. And we face a corner. Fernandez on the ball. Well done for now. Get the ball back. Lambert, that's a good pass. Gotta give him that. So maybe show Lambert to the outside. He's a right-footed after all. And it was a reasonable choice, that pass. Crossing should be a little bit worse. I don't know, it depends. So I guess we try to show him onto the outside, despite the general instruction to force turnovers in the middle of the pitch. Nice pass by Ahmad. This is our right back, by the way. What the hell is he doing up front? Oh no. Don't do anything stupid. They do something stupid. Well, against Johor DT, this is just what happens, isn't it? Shit. How did it happen though? The youngster was way up on the pitch. This though, this is just a running goal. Our central defenders are too slow. It was good off the ball movement by Arias too. Yes, I want to continue with this. We'll encourage them again. Hopefully they don't concede a second. Not a bad pass. Baru on a yellow card now. Let's tell him to ease off tackles immediately. That should have been on from the start. Hazio. That's not offside. Jinsu saves the day for now. 12 minutes in and, well, this is not good. Next ball for Jinsu. If the situation doesn't improve in the next, say, 20 minutes or something, that's not great improvement, but it was a good header. Well, or a good opportunity, depending on how you want to see it. Mazrin, Mahazir, central defenders up. Diego. Still Diego. Baru. Good ball. Not bad. Maybe the low cross would have been the better option there. Actually. I'm not sure if I want to emphasize that though. First of all, it's easy for the keeper. Let's have a look at their central defenders, or the entire back four again. So he's an 8 with jumping. He's a 9. He's an 8. He's an 11. So in aggregate, that's probably about 9. That's not too bad from the jumping perspective. Positioning is high on all of these, more or less. Well, he's a bit lackluster. But in general, I think going for the target forward with jumping 11, it's not the worst idea. I actually think floating the crosses might be the right choice here, despite what we just witnessed. Aerial reach is great on him though, so I guess I will keep it mixed. They do dominate the match though. Or do they? This should have been offside. It is. We are in 71% possession. 25 minutes in. How did that happen? That's great. Good pass. Good pass by Diego too. Not bad. Go Baru. He doesn't. Elbug. Will he find a good passing opportunity? Yes, he does. Oh, Baru. Well, Endrick on a yellow card now. Endrick is the defensive midfielder, I think. No. CM. Ahmad. No header for him. No. Why is he anxious? So, yes, we are 1 goal down. But we do have a lot of possession. We do not create much with it though. This all is very dangerous. What the hell? Yeah, it's dangerous too. But going through the middle is definitely the way they go. Expected goals wise, there's barely anything between the two teams. I guess we could try to close down a little bit more. Seems like we are always 1 step behind in the press. Or not. Like in this case with Baru. Why? He's offside. Offside. Whew. That wasn't even close. Come on, guys. Ahmad, Baru. Go past your man, that's fine. Not bad. It's a penalty! Give him a second yellow, man! He doesn't. Why? Well, Elbug. Yes! Goalkeeper had the right side. But there's a reliable striker on the pitch, and it certainly shows. Goal number 15. He just earned 1.2k, 1.4k, I think, for scoring 15 goals within the season. We're back on level. Nice. And to be fair, a draw against Johor DT away from home would be fine. These situations are really dangerous. There's an argument to be made to replace Baru for the second half, despite the penalty that was just given. I think the yellow card is dangerous. That should be offside. It isn't. Okay. Now they push up higher. At least it seems that way. Should be easy to defend. Ramdani on the ball. Chinsi soon claims the ball. Nice. I think I will replace Baru in the second half. That yellow card seems dangerous to me. It's also exactly the position we would expect to be a bit of an issue for them. And this guy has way too many chances. Then again, he earns as much as the whole of our squad. In fact, more. So, given the overall circumstances, I think this is a reasonable performance. Ankun's also missing. We could try to push up higher. They have the passing capability though. Nah, it's not intercepted. Jail. Him again. The issue there is on Diego's side, the central midfielder pushes up really high. So Diego needs to track him, I think. And try to mark him out of the game. That will not happen. Well, his marking is 8. So it's still better to have Diego on his heels, I guess. But we need to track back there defensively. It is an issue, actually. You know, a bunch of the stuff was created that way. Is this Diego? Yeah, now he's closer. At least in theory he tracks back. In practice it didn't happen again. Zacharias there, oh no. Overall though, good pass completion. We did have more of the ball actually. And the penalty was lucky. Gotta be honest there. Alright. I think it's fine. I'm not delighted with it. But we control possession, so I will give them positive feedback here. Here we go. I also think Baru should come off. We will bring on Costa Lima. He's a bit tired already though. Eco dribbler, not at all. Baru is though. I guess the yellow card makes the difference. So we'll bring him on. This all is somewhat fine, I think. Yes. Anyone else? Not really. He's still nervous, but I can't change it. There's nobody available there. And we will tell Christopher that this has not been good enough, as well as Diego, and, well, basically all of them. They should do a little bit better. 6.7 here is... Now he's nervous again. And he switched off. I don't know why, though. He's definitely one that deserves it. Any specific talk for the others? I guess we will try Elbug praising. Alright. Short break, then we'll do the match. I just want to avoid an ad break in the middle of the match. Welcome to the second half of our away match against Johor DT. Here we go. Costa Lima makes an appearance, facing the yellow carded whoever the name, whatever the name was, Lambert. And Jalil is still a pain in the backside apparently. Zakaria, a reasonable pass. So, I think from the perspective of the quantity of chances, they had the better of the last match. That's definitely a thing. I also think Zainal, for considering he's a youth player, he plays well. So Costa Lima, Fakrula again. Zakaria is available, or not. That's not bad. So Zainal seems to have a real knack for going forward. Ahmad, is this offside? Yes, it is. Damn it. Christopher is switched off. Mahazir. Short simple pass apparently. Diego. Mazrin. It is offside, isn't it? Yes. Go guys. You can do more. Okay. No chances so far. 7 minutes into the match. Fernandez. Well controlled. Amat. Oh no, Amat, why? He should have such good ball control in general. What a save by Shinsusu. Wow. He was offside anyway, but still. Yellow card for yet another one. Who's been Yeme? Center defender. Okay. Amat. Nothing. Mazrin on the ball. Oh, wow. Diego. Mazrin again. Christopher. Cuts inside. Zakaria. Short pass. Amat. Also short pass. Zainal. It's very controlled here, and this is a corner. So all of the short passing instructions seem to... It comes at the detriment of some creativity for sure, and the penetration, but on the other hand we do retain possession really well. And it seems like we're basically strangling them. Who gets off with a warning? Mazrin... Oh, there would have been an opportunity. It's too late, man. That's again an offside situation. We do have some additional players on the bench that could make an impact. dangerous. Jinsu is there. Christopher has a shitty game. Alright. We will bring on Harsey. Carrier, not really. Kamarudin, I mean, for Mazrin, that wouldn't be the worst choice, I guess. He could make an appearance, but the issue is not with Zakaria for now. Diego's performance is lackluster. Elbug did score. I do not necessarily need Van Lal Pekka Guita on the pitch just yet. Might do as a replacement for Diego, for example. Not sure. I think we'll go with Harsey for now. Get it in. Shinsusu drops the ball to his feet and then nothing. Way longer kick than anticipated, and that's about it. Mazrin, that's bad defending. Come on, Mazrin, why would you do that? Oh no. Wow. We got really lucky now. So I guess the question is, given the amount of yellow cards in their defensive department, do we want to risk it? This is away from home. We could go all out attacking. Then again, it's not like we dominate the match that much, do we? Well, from a possession perspective, maybe yes. I think I'll do it the other way. I'll try to waste a bit of time. If we create something, that's fine. But we're gonna be opportunistic about it. Like, in this case... Wow! Carlos da Costa Lima with a goal against Johor DT. We are 1-up now. Nice! I did not expect us to take the lead here. Great pass by Ahmad, by the way. And this on his weaker foot, in the short corner, in inside forward fashion. Not bad. Not bad at all. Will we be able to defeat Johor? Didn't expect that for sure. Well, obviously, we can change this now. Go defensive. Doesn't matter much. Zakaria on a yellow. Or Zakaria or theirs. Ours. Okay, let's wait for the end of the scene. That's dangerous as always. Easy for Shinsu though. There, I guess this should be the end of the scene. So we have two subs, two breaks, 3 subs. He can come on. He's new to the club, but for 14 minutes it will do. Zakaria didn't have the best game anyway. Carrier would be an alternative. For Mahasir maybe. In general, I think Carrier is a little bit slow, but for 5 to 10 minutes he might do. And I'm starting to think we could go all out defensive here. It might invite too much pressure. Then again, we have the formation for a reason. So let's do it. Let's do this. We will need to find out if this works. I have no idea. I might invite way too much pressure here. Ahmad has a reasonable match. Does anyone here really need to be replaced? Yes, Diego, to a degree. And there's an argument to be made that Elbug should come off. He did contribute, as expected. If we want Good to develop, we will need to bring him on at some point. Also, there's just a thing that Vandal Pekka is fairly fast. Yeah, I'll do it. So let's take him off. He did contribute. And then hope for the best, really. Get out there, see it through. Is there, by the way, does it waste time? Yes, always. Does it show them to the inside? Trap inside, stop crosses, that should be on anyway. There's less pressing now, not sure if that's a good idea. Oh no. Doesn't get the ball past the defender, does get the ball past the defender, that's dangerous. Rosley. We can see it. Damn it. So I might have invited too much pressure here. Probably my fault. The tight offside. That's not a tight offside. That's not offside. Who's this? Ah, it's too late. Yes, we will continue with this. And now obviously Elbug's missing, but then again we need him for the next match too. So to rotate him out from time to time does make sense. So Costa Lima, can he do something here? Apparently he can. Cross, RC, that's nothing. It's another corner. Come on, guys. He's angry. I guess angry is better than anxious and apprehensive and all. There's still the opportunity to score a winning goal for both sides, sadly. Come on, Harsey, make it count. Corner, Mars here doesn't. Oh, he picks up the ball now. Ahmad. Not bad. Harsey. Oh. We'll take off Mahars here now. Perry is the last sub, apparently. He's exhausted. Just get us that 1 point. Sure, it could have been 3. No, good. It was close. It's really dangerous. That should be offside. He's offside, okay. I would have counted it another way. I think the striker was definitely challenging the ball in that situation. So that should have been an offside situation. Hendrik. I'm not sure if it was a good idea. Go all out defensive here. Well, it's not about the mentality, but the low block might not have been a good idea. Lambert was taken off. Don't let him cross. Oh, that's even worse. Jalil, alright. They can play a good ball, sadly, these defenders, and that's It's something, but not much. Zainal Abidine, by the way, makes it through 95 minutes apparently. Good wins the header. That is unlikely. Good again. Bad dribble. I mean, he's not that skilled. We knew that. And he's exhausted. Shit. Rosley. Not even outside. Wow. Okay. Apparently he kept it inside the pitch. I'm not sure if that was visualized appropriately. Oh. Does have the ball. But Costa Lima also tired, I guess. Will this be another corner? No. Will not be. 1.5 minutes. Jinsu Sum. Get it. Don't let Rosley run with the ball all the time. Oh no, that's bad. Don't you dare. Whew. That was close. Come on, guys. I just wanted 1 point. For now. Carrier, Parsi. Carrier again, Masren, that's fine. Diego. Parsi 2. Masren loses the ball, of course he does. This is dangerous. It's another corner. Last 15 seconds of the match. Can we do it? Rosley. Patrula. Another one. I can't watch this. This is only a league match. Rosley. Zainal. That should be the match. Just knock it out. Yes! Finally! Alright, so in the end it feels like we lost 2 points, to be honest. Then again, we had way worse performance than Johor DT. It might have to do with the low block, but in aggregate I think this is an appropriate result. It is better than what was expected. It's also very interesting. Apparently the penalty doesn't count. For whatever reason. I think we can be happy with that. And we didn't play as well as we can. I think that's reasonable. So, happy with the result regardless. We also rotated a bit, straight at halftime. And it did have an impact. So that's alright. Actually, this pushes up a little bit higher because Pahang didn't play yet. And apparently, no. Selangor won. But, well, Johor didn't, as we just witnessed. And Armed Forces lost to Selangor, so this is fine. Second. I wouldn't say this is a great result. It's a result. It's okay. Also, Elbug scored again. We enter the AFC Champions League race. The press says, yeah. That's maybe a little bit much, isn't it? I mean, I guess, formally speaking, considering the position on the table, yeah, sure. Our new signing here on his €35 contract does improve apparently. More or less immediately. Not bad. And Selvarai, that's concerning. Disney Shasi Kumar. Now he's starting to improve for all of a sudden. Not sure why. We'll probably let him leave at the end of the season. There is value for him though, apparently. 0 to 3k here either. Yeah, 2. I don't know why, to be honest. These players are not worth anything. Or, but maybe they are to other people, who knows. To me, I like the personality here very much. The distribution of attributes is, I guess he's a technical player. Positioning is way higher though, so he's supposedly some sort of defensive-minded guy. Decision making is fine. He has no flair whatsoever. So I think given that he can play a pass, Segundo Volante is not the worst choice, but the physicals are really low. That's why he was trained as a regista at the start of this episode. I don't think we will play a possession-based regista involving system anytime soon though. We could. Sanal Abedin makes a professional debut, and he'll labor to a 6.6 rating. For somebody with that amount of skill, that's not bad. He also aggressively drifted forward all of the, throughout the match, despite the off-the-ball movement of 1. I don't know where this was coming from. But it's fine. He made an appearance and he will probably need to play a second time. Badrul Hisham, 7 days to 2 weeks. There's a 1-week break prior to playing Pahang. That's it. What's going on with Elbug, by the way? Isn't there a seasonal landmark goal bonus after 15 goals? He scored. Does it only count for the league? That might be a thing. Because the 15 are full. I don't know why it didn't come up yet. So maybe it's just league goals. League goals only. Does it say? Where is it? Contract. I guess it's league goals. So he needs 3 additional goals and then we owe him 1.4k. But I'm really happy to offer them. No issues whatsoever with that. Bauru will be suspended for next match, so I guess it's likely that Costa Lima will actually need to play. And the good part is, we can do that now. I really like that. So there's no issues with that. Elbug did score again. Christopher had a shitty game. So that would be an argument to start RC. That said, I think we will find out about that next time. So I'll wrap it up here. That's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. And I will see you all, well, I guess on Monday latest. At the regular time. See you soon. Bye.